I'm Grace.
So let's get started.
I'm a recipe blogger, family-taught home chef,
Cheers.
Cheers.
iPhone-only photographer, and proud New Englander. Crispy potatoes smothered in butter and parmesan and garlic. Life is complete. If you've never heard of a Hasselback potato, you take the tater and you slice it into really thin slices and you crisp it up in the oven so it looks like an accordion or a bagpipe. And you're just going to, taking a potato and baking it, slicing it into really thin pieces so it gets nice and crispy in the oven when it's coated with butter and olive oil. How good does that sound? So that's what we're doing, and it starts off with 4 beautiful russet potatoes. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna place your potato in between either 2 wooden spoons or 2 chopsticks that you can get in like the sushi department of a grocery store. And you're going to cut basically all the way down to the point where you're gonna hit the wooden spoon. The wooden spoon is gonna protect you from cutting all the way through the potato. And you're gonna make about 1/8 of an inch slices, really just as thin as you can possibly get. And you're just gonna keep doing this, making your way all the way down the potato. As you near the end of your potato, you gotta be a little careful because you can see the potato itself curves up. So you don't wanna go all the way down to the bottom with your knife. Just make little tiny slits to continue that accordion effect. And look at that. You have a beautiful Hasselback shaped potato. And honestly, I could probably go a little thinner than this next time, but you get the deal. Next up, we're going to give our potatoes a bath of melted butter and olive oil. So I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter and I'm gonna add some olive oil to it. And then I'm just gonna add some pepper. Almost knocked it over. And of course, salt. And I like to be pretty generous with the salt because they're potatoes and they need all that good salty goodness. Mix it together. And then you just wanna give your potatoes a really nice brush with a basting brush, and not just on the top, of course. You have to get in all those little crevices. So you just wanna take your brush, and it's a kind of a messy job, but really get into each layer of every single potato. Next step is to cover your pan with aluminum foil, cover it up nice and tightly so those potatoes really start to cook through. And we're gonna put this in the oven, 425 degrees for 30 minutes, and then we'll do the next step. It's the big reveal. Keep your head away because the steam is gonna come out. Time for the next step. Do not touch the pan, do not touch the pan. I've touched too many hot pans in my life and today is not gonna be a day for a burn. Okay, so after 30 minutes in the oven, covered, now it's time to stuff our potatoes with little pieces of garlic clove. I thinly sliced a garlic clove, a few of them actually, and once these cool enough for you to touch them, so you might wanna wait a few minutes before doing this, you just want to place thinly sliced garlic cloves between every other potato wedge. And not only does the thinly sliced garlic add a flavor, but it also kind of helps separate each little slice of potato because we want these potatoes to fan out really nicely. So you can kind of pull them apart a little bit with your hands just so they are nice and separated and get nice and crispy in the oven. Next up, I have some more olive oil and butter, and to it, I'm going to add in some fresh thyme. And I need to go cleanse my hands, they're all greasy. Hold on. If you don't know how to take fresh thyme off of the stems, just slide your fingers down the stems, just like that, and most of the little leaves will come right off. And then, of course, more salt and more pepper. Mix it together. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna want to get all of this delicious oil and butter and flavorings on the top of the potato, but also in all the crevices. In the oven, this time uncovered, for 45 minutes at 425. It's been 45 minutes. You can see they're getting crispy. Oh, it's really stuck. There we go. They're getting nice and crispy if you touch them. If you want them a little bit more crispy, broil them for just a couple minutes, and that's what we're gonna do. Look at those. I like them extra crispy. You can do them less if you want. And the best part of all, a little Parmesan Reggiano, or regular Parmesan, or really any other type of cheese. And I like to just dust them, generously of course, with cheese. The crispy top of the potato, it's buttery on the inside, the little pieces of garlic, and the parm. I'm eating these all by myself. Check this out on tastefullygrace.com. You won't regret it. More potato! More potato! Stop to smell the spuds. It's my friend.